I am going to discuss the second part of central bank. So I have already completed the general function of central bank, and this topic is related how the central bank means RBI controls money supply and credit in the economy. So here first I am going to discuss the monetary policy. So the policy which is applied to control money supply in the economy by RBI is known as monetary policy. Monetary policy has two main components. One is known as quantitative and other is known as qualitative. So today I am not going to discuss qualitative. Today I am going to discuss only the quantitative. So quantitative contains first repo rate. So what is repo rate? The rate at which the central bank or RBI lends money to commercial bank to meet the short-term requirements. So that is known as repo rate. So overall we can say the repo rate is connected or joined with short-term to fulfill the short-term needs of commercial bank. Here the commercial bank gives approved security or eligible bills as a security, and on that basis the RBI provides loan to the commercial bank or lends money. In a simple word we can say, by discounting the approved security of commercial bank, the central bank lends money to the commercial bank only to meet short-term needs, that is known as repo rate. If the repo rate will increase, so lending is the borrowing is become very costlier for commercial bank, and if the borrowing will become costlier for commercial bank, so the commercial bank will have to increase also the lending rate for general people, and in this way the flow of money supply will reduce in the economy. Second, that is known as bank rate. Bank rate. So bank rate is also the same as the repo rate, but there is a slight difference. Repo rate is used for short term, loan, and it is used for long term loan. So again the definition for both will be the same. Bank rate is the rate at which the RBI lends money to commercial bank for long term needs, to fulfill the long term needs. Here the basic difference only, that is the time period. One is the short term, other is long term. Now as the bank rate will be increased by the RBI, again borrowing for commercial bank becomes very costly, or due to high bank rate even the commercial bank will also increase the lending rate for peoples, and in that case the money supply will decrease and vice versa. Third is the reverse repo rate. So reverse repo rate is not so important. That is the third, that is the most important. that is the open market operation. Open market operation. This is the most important. Open market operation. So what is open market operation? It is a system in which the RBI either sell or purchase the government securities. It totally depends on the money supply of the economy. So if the government is selling the government securities in the hand of commercial bank, it means the value of government securities has reduced, and that security helps to soak the liquidity of the banks, and the money supply will decrease. On the other hand, if the RBI is ready to purchase the government securities, it means the value of government securities has increased, and here the commercial bank is ready to sell. As a result, the cash flow among the commercial bank will increase, and the money supply will also increase. That is the third and fourth. Fourth is known as legal reserve ratio. So it has also two main components. One is known as CRR and other is known as SLR. So legal reserve ratio has two main parts. One is CRR and other is SLR. So first is the cash reserve ratio. It means it is the total net demand and time liabilities which is kept by the commercial bank to the RBI. So if the CRR rate will be increased, the commercial bank will have to keep more amount with RBI, and if the CRR will decrease, it means the commercial bank will have to deposit less amount. Like that, SLR, Statutory Liquidity Ratio. Statutory liquidity ratio means how much amount every commercial bank will have to keep itself only to fulfill day-to-day needs. So in other words, we can say it is the total net demand and time liabilities which the commercial bank will have to keep with itself. So it is also determined by the RBI and helps to maintain the money supply in the economy. So these are four main components. Another component we also sometimes use, that is known as reverse repo rate. So it is basically used by the commercial bank. So when the commercial bank has surplus amount of deposits and he is unable to utilize it, in that situation he deposits, or the commercial bank deposits that amount to the central bank, and central bank provides interest for that deposits, and that is known as reverse repo rate. It also helps in the circulation of money supply, because if more amount of cash will be deposited by the commercial bank to the central bank, it means the liquidity crisis may create with commercial bank. So at some extent or sometimes this component is also used by the commercial bank. Okay, is it clear? Okay. Now I am going to discuss about the qualitative measures which is being taken by the central bank to control the money supply. First is the margin requirement. So here the term margin. So what is margin? So it is the difference between the loan sanctioned by the RBI and the amount which is paid by the borrowers or by the commercial bank. So basic thing is that the difference between the amount of collateral and the loan sanctioned. For example, if 40% is the margin requirement, and in this situation, if the commercial bank, whatever amount deposited in the form of collateral or securities, here the bank will provide them how much amount? Only 60%. So that is the loan sanctioned by the bank. And if the margin requirement is suppose reduced 40 to 20%, so then the loan will be sanctioned up to 80%. So in this way, margin requirement is the difference between the loan sanctioned and the amount which is deposited as a securities, and this is known as margin requirement. Okay?
Start.
Now the second is the rationing of credit or selective credit control. So rationing of credit, what it indicates? It indicates that the RBI determines the amount for different kinds of businesses. So it may create problem in the economy, either the positive or negative. So how it creates the negative impact? Negative impact means some area is totally banned for providing the credits, and some area is opened for the development, and due to that the government is ready to give more credit. For example, agriculture is the main occupation in our country. Most of the farmers are very poor. So in that case, through the rationing of the credit, agriculture sector is opened. Small scale industries are open. So here the owner of the small scale industries, the farmers, are capable to take loans, whereas some other large scale industries will not take the loans. So it may create the positive and negative impact on economy. Is it clear? Now come to the third, that is the moral suasion.
Start.
So in case of moral suasion, so moral suasion, here the term indicates the moral. So in this situation, the RBI keep a particular knowledge that how much money is supplying in the economy. So on that basis, he either the calls meeting of heads of commercial bank or provides some letters or issue some letters and gives suggestions that either you have to provide more loans to the customers or to reduce the value of loans for their own customers. So it is not a perfect measure, but all the commercial bank follow the words of RBI, because the RBI is the head of all the institution. Here the RBI has also power to cancel the license of commercial bank. As a result, whenever the RBI gives any suggestions or request to the commercial bank regarding the credit control, in that case every commercial bank follow it, and it is known as moral suasions. Okay, is it clear?